Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Inside USF Basketball. I'm your host, Pat Olson. In this edition, we'll sit down with sixth-year USF head coach Rex Walters, and we'll look ahead to the stretch drive as the Dons make the run towards Las Vegas and the West Coast Conference postseason tournament. This Saturday, the Dons take on the Broncos. We'll talk about Santa Clara with Rex Walters. We also talk about Avery Homes, Tim Dirksen, Cruz Pinkins, Cole Dickerson. The Dons 15-10 on the year and 8-5 in the West Coast Conference. Inside USF Basketball is next. Rex, assess your team to this point. 8-5 in the West Coast Conference as we head down the stretch drive.
Playing pretty good. I thought we played really hard against BYU. Obviously, the offensive rebounds and just some scrambled situations hurt us. Haas kind of did that to us, even though he didn't shoot the ball particularly well. I think a couple guys kind of running at him got us out of box-out situations and led to second shots for them. You live for the day and then you move on to the next one. So, we had a pretty good practice today. I'm really more concerned with that. Concerned about getting ready for Santa Clara. I just want to get to the point where, okay, the season's over and you can reflect and look. But until then, it's just a grind. You just want to grind and work and figure out ways to get better.
You alluded to the offensive rebounding against BYU. Aside from that game, your team has been a much improved rebounding club this year. Expand on that a bit.
Yeah, we've been better simply because personnel is we got more of a rebounding type of personnel. Last year Cole had to do the majority of the heavy lifting. Just because we didn't have great rebounders, I thought around them. Now with guys like Cruz Pinkins and Matt Glover, and Mark Tollefson with a year of experience, Tim Dirksen with a year of experience, we're a better rebounding team. I remember sitting there at a clinic and John Wooden's talking, and he said, I never worked on rebounding. We recruited rebounders, and he's a pretty good coach. So we've done a better job of recruiting better rebounders, and our guys, our team in turn has benefited from that.
You mentioned Santa Clara. You've got them coming up this weekend down at their place on Saturday. They've got the talented freshman Brown Ridge, but it's also the rival game. It's an emotional contest.
Yeah, no, it is. It's always one that everyone's going to circle on the calendar. When it comes to USF and Santa Clara, it's one of those games. It's one of those environments. It's a tough place to play down there. Got a really nice arena, and their fans get after it, Rough Riders or whatever the heck they call themselves. So it's one where I know some of our guys have experience with it. They've been down there. We played them close last year at their place. We've had some success this year on our home court, and we know that they're going to be ready to roll. Kerry does a good job of getting those guys fired up, and he'll have a good game plan. The best thing about having a week is you get to prepare. The worst thing about this week is they get to prepare, and then you put it all together and you let it rip.
Let's talk about some of the individuals on your club. Start with Tim Dirksen. He's done a great job coming off the bench. He had a great game in Provo against the Cougars.
Yeah, he was really good. Shot the ball well, attacked the glass, rebounded it, fought. I thought at the end of the game in San Diego, he was a big key to us having success down there. So, had to get used to a new role. Coming off the bench. Saying all that, our guys know that at the end of the day we're going to play the guys that give us the best chance of winning, and he's done that, especially in the last two games. But, the thing I always talk about with Tim is where his heart's at. He's in it to win it. He's in it to be there for his teammates. Very competitive, hard worker, and that's fun for me to coach that.
We've seen the real maturation process with Avery Homes this year, who's had to kind of during the year, take on a new role as the main point guard, and he's really grown into it. He's really matured, and late in games, he's made an awful lot of big plays to help you win games the final 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I was just talking to staff. You reminded me of a guy I played with, Adonis Jordan. Understands the offense, gets us organized. Obviously, a very good shooter, good on-ball defender. Not one to shy away from big moments, likes big moments, and in the way that we play, he's one heck of a point guard. And so it has been fun. It's been fun to coach him and watch him grow, and the future's bright for him if he continues to work the way he has.
A couple of your frontline guys have made big contributions. Certainly Cole Dickerson, the senior, and Cruz Pinkins, who's really come along. He's been a monster offensive rebounder. Expand on both those guys, because really, in my mind, both those guys should be up for all league consideration with 3 weeks left here in league play.
I think we got quite a few guys. Guys in the past would get upset about all league selections, and we always said it's pretty simple. You win league, you probably get 2 or 3. You come in second, you probably get 2. Anything after that, you probably get 1. So, we need to play our best basketball and then let all the experts, choose. And the experts are actually coaches, I guess. So we got to do a good job. But I can't pick my own guys. That's the difficult part for me. All I can do is nominate them. But those two, it's fun to watch those two play off of each other. Playing with each other. I think on the court they've really bonded. And they look out for each other. There's a great communication between them two. There's a great interaction. Even if it's not verbal, it's visual. Them looking at each other and making eye contact with each other. They're 2 fours. They're both fours, and they both complement each other really well. So in that way, it's been fun for me and to watch them in practice when they're talking to each other, because they go against pretty good bigs. Durrell, in practice, he's 6'9", 6'10", big body. Matt Christensen, we all know, will throw his body around. And then you got Mark Tollefson and Gavin Hoffman, who's got really good feel. Like today in practice, Gavin was really good. But they have learned to play off of each other, make each other better. They both should be considered for all league. I think Avery should too. If we continue to play, Mark Tollefson defensively has been fantastic at times for us. We need a big one this Saturday, and I know he's more than capable of doing it. So we got a lot of guys, but the more important than that is the fact that Cruz and Cole have really played well, rebounded the ball well, defended well. There's a lot of times they're giving up size, they're giving up a lot of pounds, and they just battle, and get after it. They're a very difficult matchup, both in the post, off the block, and then on the perimeter. They're good in the zone because they can pass the basketball. We can get the ball to the high post and the low post and the short corner. They can make plays in that area. So they make our team so much better when we can play off of them.
Final comment from you, Coach, as you come down the stretch run, how important is it in your mind that your team be playing well as we head towards Las Vegas?
It's so much better when we're playing well as opposed to playing bad, Pat. I mean, when we're playing bad, we're not very good. No, the biggest thing is health. We got to figure out a way to stay healthy. It's something you can't totally control, but you do your best. That's why we do the heart rate monitors. That's why we do the knee pads. That's why we practice the way we practice, and it's not like a marathon. It's not like this week we practiced. We took yesterday off. We took Sunday off, even though we traveled. We're going to take tomorrow off, and then we're really going to lock into Santa Clara. Well, one of the reasons why we do this, it's really hard for a guy to get hurt when they're not at practice. So we got to handle that part. We got to understand there's certain things when we watch tape, when we watch ourselves, when we're in practice and we're coaching certain things, we have to accept those things, and to get sometimes 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds, you got to get them to accept the truth. You know what I mean? And the truth is it's a tough thing. You know what I mean? When someone's telling you, hey, you got to do this better. You're not doing this very well. We need this from you. We got to have our guys continue to accept, coaching, sometimes criticism, sometimes positive feedback, and handle it in the right way so that we can continue to get better as a basketball team. And we got to just continue to stay together. I think our team, it has, for the most part, really been together, really been about the team. Don't get caught up into all league crap and all that other stuff. Get lost into what we do. Stance, talk, jump to the ball, play personnel, box out, rebound. Find the open man, work to get a great shot every possession. Be a great screener, be a great screen receiver. Do those things. Make the easy play all the time offensively. We do those things, and everything else takes care of itself.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck against the Broncos.
Thank you.